It's about time we talked about the buffalo over at the Young Turks. I wake up this morning, I see a shocking graphic in my email inbox. Take a look at this. Whoa, the graphics team has gone crazy. The Photoshop guy has. Let's take a look at this image. We got a guy with a rifle. He's wearing some sort of face scarf. I'm not sure what that is. And he's got a Nazi sign behind him, some sort of Aryan neo-Nazi type thing going on. Wow, alarming. What is this story? Out of all the things happening in the world, what have the Young Turks decided to give coverage to today? Something, terrorist plot, kill Obama. Is Obama dead? Was Obama killed by somebody? No. Okay, no, let's go deeper. Here's what actually happened. Nothing. Nothing happened. It was a conversation of a 24-year-old in Missouri had a conversation with an undercover agent. And he was saying some stuff that he thought Obama should be killed. And first of all, the guy has been arrested and is in jail and will be for a long time. And nothing happened. Okay, he didn't have a gun. He didn't have... This is not some sort of secret ops, black ops mission. This was not funded by anybody, supported by anybody. There is no conspiracy. There's no other people involved. This is just one guy who is an idiot who is rightfully in jail now. This is a very minor event. You could go onto Twitter, Facebook, go anywhere on the internet. You could find people saying, fuck Obama, we should kill him. These are words, these are thoughts. You could find this everywhere, anywhere. Look how they've categorized this guy. White supremacist. Why is he a white supremacist? The Young Turks have just taken this and run with it to suggest that this guy's a white supremacist. First of all, the guy was basically entrapped by an undercover agent who was a former Aryan Nation member. So this guy goes to some bar, they're in some racist conversation, which you will find in Missouri. That's not shocking. And he talks to some disillusioned young idiot, and they get into a conversation. This guy is not an Aryan Nation member. The undercover agent was a former Aryan Nation member. And that leads us to this graphic? Well, what is this? Who's going to wrap a scarf around their head? First of all, how is that part of the plot? Is this a disguise? Does he expect to walk up to the White House lawn with that? Just, oh yeah, that's inconspicuous. No. Here's a picture of the guy. There he is. Boom. He's a fucking idiot. Guy looks like he's going to a frat party. Now, how does Cenk attempt to spin this? Okay? So, first of all, the people at the Young Turks, they love this. They love this non-story. They love the fact that somewhere in the world there was a white person who had a stupid idea and was racist. Because that fits in lockstep with their narrative, which their narrative basically is fuck white people. Crystal clear, that is what they are about. So if it's a police officer, it's basically, yeah, police officers, that's one of the ways where we can sort of pinpoint that we should fuck white people. White people are racists. Do you understand? Look, we found a guy who had a conversation where he said that he wanted to kill Obama. Yeah, exactly. Exactly our point, which is fuck white people are racists. Okay, first of all, I'm forever going to call this guy brown. This brown, fat buffalo is a brown person, okay? If he's happily calling anybody of European descent, he's happy to call us white. So guess what? You're brown, okay? Just hope you're okay with that. Yeah, so no, it wasn't a white supremacist terrorist plot. Holy fuck, it was a drunken conversation in a bar by a young moron. Way to hype that up. And I love Godwin's law coming up in this graphic. Hitler? Nazis? How is that relevant to this? Why are you throwing in a swastika? Let me ask you this. How many swastika graphics does your graphics department have? Just ready, itching. Holy fuck. How is Cenk going to leverage this? How is he going to spin this story? Inflate the importance of this non-event. This is nothing happened here. This is a conversation. Here, I'll match the conversation right now. I don't like Kim Jong-un, and I want to kill him. In fact, if I had the right gun, I would kill that guy. Now, is that a national story right now? No, that's not. Most people don't like Kim Jong-un, so maybe that's not controversial enough. Okay, how about this? Carrie Underwood. I think she's fucking retarded. I don't like her songs. I think let Jesus take the wheel. I think that's terrible driving advice. And I want to kill her. I'm going to go kill Carrie Underwood. Now, is that a threat? Is this a serious threat to Carrie Underwood's life? Is the FBI going to come knocking on my door? Am I a white supremacist now? No, this is rubbish. So yeah, how is Cenk going to frame this? Is he going to just talk about the story? He's going to say, look, here's the story. Here's something that didn't happen, but it's a guy in Missouri, and he's got some dumb ideas. And we should keep this in perspective and, recognize that it's not that serious what happened here, and it's all been taken care of. And no. That is not happening. What's happening is, bing, here's a great idea. Let's leverage this against people's hatred of Muslims. You know what? This is a prime opportunity to talk about something that isn't Islamic violence. This would be great. This works for my false equivalence. Oh, I'm sorry, my true equivalence. My true equivalence that Muslim violence is no better or worse and no more frequent than other forms of violence, like white violence, like white supremacist violence. You see? So maybe I can kill two birds with one stone here. One, my agenda to say fuck white people, they're all racists. Perfect. Two, diminish the criticism and the focus on Muslim violence. Boom. But first, let's watch.
Now, President Obama sometimes doesn't want to acknowledge that the terrorism we face here in America is almost always radical Islamic terrorism. Fox News gets on him for this, conservatives do, but he's got to realize it, and maybe he'll realize it now that it's hit home. Well, it turns out a terrorist was looking to assassinate President Obama. Amazing story. He said, I don't want to annihilate anybody. I want to fucking change America. Look at ISIS guys coming to change America, man. See, actually, some of the conservatives did warn us about this. They said ISIS would come to change us, right? But it gets much worse. He said, if you had contact with the people that you say you had contact with, I could kill the President of the United States. He told this to an informant. I could kill the President of the United States, and then we storm Washington, and then we take over the country. Well, there it is. Oh my God. Islamic terrorism, ISIS is coming to take over the country. They're going to kill our president. And he still won't say Islamic radicals. Let us call it what it is. What? Oldest trick in the book, right? I'm getting word that it's not an Islamic terrorist, that it's actually a right-wing terrorist working with the Aryan nation. Oh.
Oh my God. Look at this fucking spin. Look at the joy on this man's face. He is thrilled to have cherry-picked a story that doesn't have to do with Muslim violence. And what is he doing now? He's giving it airtime, giving this story airtime, and he's hyping it up. He's a white nationalist? What? Where do you get that? He used the word nigger, so now he's a white supremacist? How the fuck does that work? Bonkers. Did you hear what he just said? He said, working with the Aryan nation. Actually, if we want to get specific and actually report the story, he was working with an undercover cop claiming to be a former member of the Aryan nation. So he wasn't working with the Aryan nation. The Aryan nation has nothing to do with this. That is unbelievably false. He is not a white supremacist, and he was not working with the Aryan nation. So what the fuck look at this graphic, white-wing terrorism. Listen, Brown, Fat Brown, Mr. Fat Brown Turk, Armenian-killing Turkish man. Listen to me. What does the fact that this guy's white have to do with it? Why are you highlighting the fact that he's white? Are you trying to break a story that there are racists in America? Oh man, amazing. And are they white? Is racism equal white? Is that what it is? There's no black racists? Is that the storyline? Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You are a brown racist. Okay, black people are just as racist as white people. Just. You believe in equality? How about honesty and call it for what it is? Just as racist. So, for example, yes, slavery, terrible. I'm against it. It was bad. You know what else is bad? The people of West Africa who sold their own people into slavery. That seems a bit racist. What a joke. What a joke. How is this supposed to change our view of Muslim terror? Does this diminish any of the multitude of attacks we've seen? Is this like, oh, well, you know what? Yeah, after hearing about this guy's conversation in a bar in Missouri, you know what? Yeah, I don't care that they killed 100 children in Pakistan. It doesn't faze me that people are getting their heads chopped off as we speak. Nah, it gives me perspective on that. And his sophomoric, his crazily unfunny and unclever attempt to frame this as some sort of performance where, oh, I have a good idea. I'm going to pretend that this is Islamic terror, and then I'm going to do like a little oops moment. It wasn't Islamic terror. It was a Christian. Fuck you, white people. He has only done that about 25,000 times, and each time it was stupid as fuck. And I have to sit through it looking at this buffalo, this brown shitbag, this sweaty-faced motherfucker talk to me about how white people just are awful. Why don't you do a fucking story about Turkish people? You know what? I was on Live Leak the other day. There was a story in Turkey this month of a guy killing his wife. Well, he luckily didn't kill her. He stabbed her in the street over and over again. Why? Because she thought about leaving the marriage. She wanted to get a divorce. So he took her to the street and basically just did an honor killing. Got on top of her and stabbed her over and over again. And some other people came in and helped her escape. Broke it up after she had been bloodied up. I mean, it's blood everywhere. This was an awful story. But you know what? The people involved were brown. And not only were they brown, they were Turkish. So guess what? It's not getting covered on the Young Turks. No. That doesn't serve any of his agendas. It's not throwing white people under the bus. It's not another example of white racism. Nope. It's not deflecting away from Muslim violence. In fact, it is Muslim violence. I'm not going to show that. And you want to go check it out? Check the link in my description for another story that you will never hear about. You're going to hear about this 24-year-old's conversation in a bar. Oh, you'll hear about that. You're not going to hear about the knife attack, honor killing of a guy in Turkey. And you know why. You know precisely why you're not going to hear about that.
His name is Cameron Stout. He's of Stover, Missouri. So that terrorist, who is not being called a terrorist by anyone, even though he came to take over the country and wanted to kill our president, is actually a guy who is a right-winger and a white nationalist. Why is he not a terrorist? Of course he is, right? Isn't it amazing? Almost no story calls him a domestic terrorist. Now, as I told you, same exact quotes. The quotes I read were actually, of course, from Cameron Stout. If it was a Muslim, you'd be saying, "Oh my God, it'd be all over the news. Oh, we found an ISIS guy who was going to assassinate the president. You see, we knew it. The radicals, Islam. Why won't he call it?" So I got a question for the rest of the media. I got a question for Fox News. Why won't you call this guy a right-wing terrorist? Why won't you call him a white nationalist terrorist? Why won't you do that? Why won't you call evil by its name?
Oh my God. You know what's amazing? He goes beyond bringing up the Muslims and trying to literally defend Islamic violence by harping on this non-assassination attempt by a 24-year-old. Okay, you have to understand, this story has nothing to do with Islam or Muslims. This story is a minor story. He's trying now to paint Muslims as victims. We're going beyond defending the indefensible. Global jihad, Islamic violence, Islamism, all of that shit. He now is saying the big bad media is portraying Muslims unfairly. And if this had been a Muslim, it would have been a bigger story. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that terrible for the poor victims, the Muslims, who are just being distorted in the media? That's all the problem is. It's just racist white people who are harping on, people of brown skin who happen to be Muslim, and they are portraying this. It is a creation of the media. This doesn't happen in real life. Poor Muslims. You know why we don't do stories about Muslim people talking about murdering people? Because it's not a story. It happens all the time. We don't have the ink. We don't have the ones and zeros to cover that many stories. How many Palestinians want to kill Netanyahu? How many members of ISIS want to kill Obama? Would kill Obama? Have talked about that. That goes without saying. We assume that. It's ridiculous. If what constitutes a assassination plot is to have a conversation about wanting to kill somebody, holy fuck, go into the Muslim world and ask them who they'd like to kill. Okay, well, for starters, I'd like to kill all infidels. And yeah, how about the devil, the satanic America? And sure, its leader, kill him too. You don't think that Muslims around the world, and it's not just one guy, it's hundreds of millions would say that. They do say that. Death to America is they have signs that says death to America. What do you think that is? Unbelievable. How many Muslims in the Muslim world want to kill Jews? Or would be happy to kill a Jew? So you don't hear the media talking about that. They don't, if it's a plot to kill Jew or Netanyahu, then it's not a big deal. But, oh my God. It gives you a migraine to think about this.
Gustave has also said, quote, that nigger shouldn't be president. Now, remember, this is recorded, and he doesn't know he's being recorded. It's recorded by the informant, right? Then he went on to say, quote, some of my best friends have been niggers. Isn't that funny? You got a white racist talking to a former member of the Aryan Nation who happens to be an informant. He doesn't know he's an informant. And they're having a conversation. But even in the midst of that conversation, they're talking about killing the black president, partly because he is black and he wants to shoot that, quote, nigger, right? Even he says in the middle of the dinner, don't get me wrong, some of my best friends are niggers. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that amazing? I bet if you asked him, he'd say, oh, me? No, I'm not racist. I just told you some of my best friends are those guys. Keep that in mind next time somebody tells you, no, some of my best friends are black. So I couldn't have possibly said anything racist.
Good Lord. Oh my God, this fucking guy. This fucking whale. Jesus Christ, wipe the sweat off your face already. If you're talking to an Aryan Nation guy in a bar and you're talking about black people, nigger is a term to be used. That is how they talk over there. So if you want to make a case that anybody who says the word nigger is a racist, fine. But even within that, there's going to be massive degrees. So for him to say, some of my best friends are niggers, I mean, I don't hear you saying about black people, oh yeah, he's my nigger. He's my nigga. Yeah. Snoop Dogg, oh yeah, what up my nizzo? My nigga? Nigga please. All that shit, that's off limits. We can't talk about that. But this guy, he used the word nigger. Oh yeah, he's racist. Klansman. He's a Klansman. Also, it's ironic. Like, this guy is a buffoon who doesn't, is obviously not worthy of being defended. But what Cenk is accusing him of is not actually right. He's not killing Obama. He doesn't want to kill Obama because he's black. He just went out of his way to say that he has black friends. And he said, I don't want to annihilate anybody. I want to change America for the better. Okay, it's you who have the predetermined story that all white people are racist. And if somebody has something against Obama, it's got to be racism. Now, you are now trying to throw anybody who says they have a black friend, that's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. Can't be real. Must be racist. I have some black friends. Can I say that? If I mention that, does that make me a racist? That's Cenk's idea. That's his storyline that he's trying to get across. You are a racist. Why? Look at the fucking color of your skin. You're white. Do I have to list off the KKK, slavery, lynchings? I mean, you're fucked. You're damned if... Let me try this one on you. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You accuse me of being racist. Okay, well, I don't have any black friends. I don't associate with black people. I have 0 black friends. Exactly my point, Devin. I knew it because you're white. You're a racist. You have no black friends. You're fucking couldn't be any more obvious than that. Okay, Cenk, I do have some black friends. Oh, yeah, right. You got some black friends. Just like this guy, said that some of his best friends are niggers. Right. Nice try, Devin. Nice try. You are screwed from the start because the conclusion has already been made. You're white, you're a racist. What are we not talking about this whole time? Browns. The Browns. Not the Cleveland football team. No. The brown people of this world, many of whom are Muslim, who are killing people and are insanely violent and have awful ideas. We're not talking about the Armenian genocide. Never shall we discuss that on this show. No, we're talking about 24-year-old morons who said something that is not even racist, tangentially. Yeah, his use of the N-word, I frown upon it. Not a big fan of that. Listen here, and listen to how unbelievably, breathtakingly refreshing this is going to sound. I'm not a big fan of black people using the word nigger. Not a big fan of that either. When will you hear Cenk say that? No, you can't. That's their struggle, man. That's their word. They claim that word. They own that word now. So, criticize black people? What do you... What? You're trying to say black people can be racist? No. Fuck that. What? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Right? And you know it, even if you're against me, you know that if he was Islamic, if he was ISIS, not only would it be the biggest news story in the country, but Fox News would be screaming right now at the president, who is going to be the victim of this plot. Why won't you call it by its name? It's Islamic, it's Islamic. Well, in this case, it's white, it's right wing, it's right wing. And I think it's Christian. I don't think Christian is a defining part of this, but he is most certainly right-wing and a white supremacist. That is defining, and no one's yet called him a terrorist.
How is he a white supremacist? Where are you still getting that? So wait, the fact that he is Christian, that's not a motivational factor here. But the fact that he's white is? Oh, he's a white. Yeah, let's call it for what it is. A white guy doing some white guy bullshit again. What? The fuck are you talking about, you brown sack of shit? Bullshit. His whole obsession about calling him terrorist. Sure, I'll call the guy a terrorist. He was a terrorist potentially. This is a guy who was talking about potentially, maybe one day becoming a terrorist. Yeah, you know what else we have in the world? Vast armies of actual terrorists who are brown, okay, who are Muslims, that are actually functioning in the world today, that are killing people right now, who you are not talking about. That's what we have. Do you want some proof on that? Do you want me to go into that for you, just so you can get it through your head? It'd be my pleasure, Jank. It would be my pleasure. Okay. You want to talk 2014. You want to talk terror attacks in the year 2014. Well, there were 246. This is according to Wikipedia. Everything backed up, documented, the whole deal. Around the world, we had 246 terror attacks. How many of those were committed by Muslims? 223. That represents 90.65%. Yeah, okay, yeah, but that's 10% that was left. That's 10% Jews. No, that's 10% Christian. No, it wasn't. There was one attack by a Christian, 0 from the Jews, 0 from other religions. Non-religious or unknown, we have 11 attacks. Maoists had 2 attacks. Tribal disputes had 8, and the military had 1. That's the breakdown. Okay, yeah, Devin, yeah, that's 2014. Why are you living in the past, bro? That's the past. You don't talk about 2015 because you're afraid of 2015. You know that 2015 is riddled with white supremacist attacks around the globe, wreaking havoc. And that's why you don't talk about 2015. No, fuck that. Let's talk 2015. Here we go. Sit tight. Buckle your seatbelt, y'all, because we're going to talk 2015. January 1st. We don't wait a split second before 8 dead. No, sorry, 1 dead, 8 injured. Nigeria, Boko Haram, Muslim. Let's go through this. January 2nd, 15 dead. Cameroon, that's Boko Haram, that's Islam. 40 kidnapped in Nigeria, that's Boko Haram, that's Muslim. 3 attacks in the Philippines, that's Islamic freedom fighters. Yep. 1 dead in Tunisia, that's Muslim. 100 to 2,000 dead. That's Nigeria, that's Boko Haram, that's Islam. We got 6 injured in Mali, that's Islam. 4 dead, 8 injured Pakistan. 6 dead in Yemen, that's Islam. 4 dead in Somalia, that's Islam. 4 injured in Egypt, Islam. 5 dead in Saudi Arabia, that's Muslims. 2 dead in Afghanistan, that's Muslims. 25 dead in Iraq, that's Muslim. 2 dead in Turkey, that's Muslim. 0 dead, 0 injured in America. And we know what that's a firecracker, and it turns out nothing to do with the NAACP. Was a guy trying to get back at his tax lawyer. Unfucking believable. Can't even believe that made the list. 0 dead, 0 injured, so fuck it. 37 dead, Yemen, that's Muslim. 12 dead, 10 injured in Paris. I think we know what that is. That's Charlie Hebdo. That's Muslim. 5 dead in Paris, that's, the Jewish market, that's Muslim. 9 dead, 36 injured in Lebanon. You know that's Muslim. 5 dead, 46 injured in Nigeria. Guess what? It's Muslim. 6 dead in China. No. See, I made a mistake on this before. Uyghur separatists. It sounds like Jenk's last name. Could be his family members. I click it to find out what they are. Sunni Muslim. Fuck it. Even in China, man. Even when I'm about ready to give them a break on one attack. No, it's Muslim. Rocket attack in the Ukraine. Now, can't be Muslim. Okay, the Ukraine, the people in the Ukraine are in this regional dispute, and they've made the list. 12 dead, awful. Non-Muslim. Ding! 15 dead in Nigeria, Muslim. 1 dead, 48 injured in Philippines, Muslim. Attack in the Philippines, Muslim, 67 dead. 13 dead in Libya, Islamic State, Muslim. Phew, we go to February. Okay, started off 91 dead, 500 injured in Cameroon, that's Boko Haram, that is Muslim. 4 dead, 17 injured, that's Niger, that's Boko Haram, that's Muslim. 22 dead in Pakistan, Muslim. 5 dead in Philippines, Muslim. 3 dead in Denmark, we know what that is, that's Muslim. That's the Allahu Akbar motherfucker who went in and then went to kill some people at the Jewish place. I mean, this is Muslim shit again. A knife attack in Japan, not Muslim. 1 dead. I think I can deal with that. That's a kind of terror attack I like. I see the word knife, I see the word 1. That's beautiful. 3 dead in an explosion in Ukraine. Could be non-Muslim. It's unknown, but there's a good chance that's not Muslim. 32 dead in Nigeria, that is Muslim. We go to March. We're coming up in the present moment. 2 dead, 5 injured in Egypt, that's Muslim. 2 dead, 3 injured in Afghanistan, Muslim. 6 dead, 2 injured in Afghanistan, Muslim. 2 dead in Cairo, Muslim. 3 dead in Yemen, Muslim. 3 dead in Ukraine, non-Muslim. The Ukraine is apparently not doing too hot. 3 dead in Nigeria, Muslim. 1 dead, another beautiful, 1 injured, even better. 1 injured in Seoul, South Korea, knife attack. My favorite kind of terror attack. That's Korean nationalists, so not Muslim. 5 dead, 9 injured in Mali, that is Muslim. 5 dead, 9 injured in Israel. Uh-oh, the Jews, look at that, that's the Jewish flag, there's gotta be Jews. No, it's a Palestinian killing Jews, Muslim. 5 dead, 6 injured in Afghanistan, Muslim. 58 dead, 139 injured. Nigeria, that's Muslim. 1 dead, 9 injured in Egypt, Muslim. 3 dead, dozens injured in Mali, Muslim. 14 dead, 70 injured in Pakistan, you know it's Muslim. 3 dead, 5 injured in the Ukraine, you know it's the Ukraine, not Muslim. Pro-Russian separatists, Jesus Christ, man, what is going on over there? 19 dead, 40 injured in Tunisia, you know it's Muslim. 2 dead in the last one, 2 dead, 8 injured in Sweden, we don't know who it is. They have Kalashnikov rifles, and they fired upon patrons at a bar during a football match in Gothenburg. Well, we don't know what it is. We know there are Muslims in Sweden. We know that's a big problem there. So let's not rule it out. But you know what? I'm going to say that I have noticed a trend after reviewing that. And the trend is we have to be worried about 24-year-old white supremacist, neo-Nazi, Aryan nation, racist, whites in Missouri. That's what I took from that. I don't know what you guys took from it. I don't know if we can really determine anything objectively. I don't know if we should sort of ratchet our criticism and our awareness about world events based on those facts. If there might be a trend, there might be some connective tissue here, something that we could take away from this, perhaps.